You don't need a mansion or a Hollywood name to leave behind a story that's more than just fame.
Me to need a will, just a family, or a cat plotting world domination. Welcome to Celebrity Estate Chaos, where we prove a lot of things. Like how estate chaos isn't just for millionaires with private islands, anyone with stuff, relatives, or that one weird collection you think nobody's fighting over. And chances are, they will.
So you've got crypto, that's great. Maybe some Bitcoin, maybe a little Solana, perhaps even some Dogecoin you picked up just for fun.
Yeah.
But here's something we don't always like thinking about. What actually happens to that digital stash, when you're not around anymore? This deep dive is all about that crucial, often kind of overlooked topic planning for your crypto assets after you're gone.
Right. And if you're the sort of person who likes to be informed but maybe gets a bit overwhelmed by super technical details, you're definitely in the right place. We've looked through quite a bit, articles, guides, Tina Jin's Crypto in Your Digital Estate, for instance.
Right.
And other pieces like crypto, coffins, and cashing out, lost crypto fortune, passing on your crypto wealth, and securing your crypto legacy.
Yeah.
We've tried to pull out the really key stuff for you.
Exactly. Our mission today is pretty simple, really. We want to give you a clear sense of why planning for your crypto is, absolutely vital.
Yeah, essential.
And offer some practical steps, so that your digital fortune doesn't just poof, disappear. Yeah. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, so maybe let's start with a core difference. Think about traditional assets. Your bank account, for example.
Right.
There's usually a bank, right? An institution. Maybe even someone let's call her Susan. Susan can help your family figure things out, navigate the process.
Yeah, there's a system.
Exactly. Crypto, though, it's more like DIY banking. Do it yourself. But without that built-in trust, that institutional framework you get with a traditional bank.
That's a really good way of putting it. Normally with traditional stuff, there are legal processes, right, for transferring ownership when someone passes. But with crypto, unless you've specifically set something up, there's no automatic handover, no magic recovery button.
None at all.
Yeah.
It really is like burying treasure, say, at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Really?
If nobody has the keys, it's just lost forever.
Wow.
Precisely. And that brings up a really critical question, doesn't it? Imagine the worst happens tomorrow. Hit by a bus scenario. Could your family even find your wallets, let alone get into them?
Oh.
Or would they just end up with, your browser history and a locked-up ledger, a very secure, totally useless brick?
It's a pretty sobering thought, isn't it? And look, these aren't just hypothetical worries.
Oh, not at all.
The sources we looked at, they're full of real stories, cautionary tales, really, about what goes wrong when crypto holders don't plan ahead.
And the scale of some of these losses is just staggering. You take the Gerald Cotton case, the CEO of Quadric ACX.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Big news.
Huge. He died, and apparently he was the only person who held the private keys, the sort of master passwords.
Yeah, only one.
The only one for about, $190 million in customer crypto.
Wow.
And it just became inaccessible.
Yeah.
Gone, locked away forever. You see this covered everywhere. Vanity Fair, The Guardian, Wired. It's a classic, tragic example.
Unbelievable. $190 million.
And it really drives home that first point we'll get to in the toolkit.
Yeah.
You need secure storage, but also a plan for someone else to access it.
It's not just huge exchange funds either, is it? Matthew Mellon, the billionaire.
Right. Another example.
He died, and his will was apparently outdated, didn't even mention his crypto, which was, substantial.
Significant holdings.
And that led to huge losses, big legal headaches for his family. HJ Law Firm, SJF Law Group, they both mention this. It shows it's not just for the exchange owners.
Absolutely not. And it's not always the super rich either. Think about James Howells.
The guy with the hard drive.
That's the one. The IT guy. Threw out a hard drive. Accidentally. With 8,000 Bitcoin on it.
8,000. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Just sitting in a landfill. And he's tried to get permission to dig it up, but nope, denied. The Sun, Wired, they've covered this. Just gone through a simple mistake.
It just shows how fragile these things can be, doesn't it? And it doesn't have to be landfill drama.
Yeah.
Martin DeSalvo, an online streamer, he just formatted his computer, didn't back up his wallet passwords.
Simple error. Huge consequence.
Yeah, lost access to over $660,000 in crypto. The Sun reported that. It can be that easy. A forgotten password? One wrong click.
And the bigger picture isn't great either. Chainalysis, they estimate almost 20% of all Bitcoin out there is just lost or stranded, inaccessible.
20%, that's huge.
It's a massive amount of locked up digital value.
And it really hits home when you read the personal stories, like the one in Lost Crypto Fortune. This dad had like $200,000 in various cryptos. His will just vaguely said digital assets.
Oh, that's not helpful.
Not at all. The family looked everywhere: USB sticks, old notebooks, sock drawers, even the freezer, apparently.
The freezer?
Yeah. But they couldn't find the keys, the passwords, nothing. That's real money just vanished, and real pain for the family left behind.
Yeah, absolutely heartbreaking. And these stories, they really show why just relying on standard estate planning doesn't quite cut it for crypto.
Exactly. That's the next big point, right? Why the usual methods fall short.
Yeah, because cryptocurrency, it doesn't just automatically slide into the probate process like, say, your house or your stocks would.
Right. There isn't that same kind of established legal path for it to follow automatically.
Precisely. And think about the paper trail, or rather, the lack of one.
Ah, yeah.
Proving ownership can be really, really tough. If your family can't find any record of your holdings, or, more importantly, how to access them, those private keys we keep mentioning, those essential codes.
It's like it never existed.
Pretty much. From their perspective, legally and practically, it might as well not exist.
So without clear instructions from you, your loved ones are basically sent on this wild, stressful treasure hunt.
Yeah, a treasure hunt with no map. They might know you had crypto, but getting to it, that can become this huge emotional burden on top of everything else.
Okay, so that paints a pretty clear picture of the problem. Let's shift gears. Let's talk solutions. The crypto crisis toolkit, as you called it.
Right. So we've seen the pitfalls. What can you, listening right now, actually do about it?
Step one, it seems, is getting organized, like creating a crypto binder or maybe a secure digital vault.
Exactly. This is where you gather all that crucial info, exchange logins, passwords, wallet addresses, and the absolute non-negotiables. Private keys or your seed phrases.
Those magic recovery words.
Those magic recovery words, you have to write them down, store them securely.
And the key word there is securely, right, but also accessible. Seems like a balancing act.
It is. You don't want it locked behind, 7 layers of riddles only you could solve.
Right.
But it absolutely has to be safe from, theft or prying eyes while you're around. That book, Crypto, Coffins, and Cashing Out, really hammers this home organization plus strong security.
Okay, what's next? Designating someone.
Yes. This came up in basically all the sources. Name a digital executor.
Okay, what does that involve?
It needs to be someone you trust implicitly,
Okay.
but also someone who's, reasonably tech savvy.
Right. Not your grandma who still thinks email is witchcraft, unless she's a very cool grandma.
Ah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ideally, someone who gets the basics of blockchain, crypto, they'll be the one tasked with handling your digital stuff. Look for someone trustworthy, detail-oriented. They'll be dealing with sensitive info.
Makes sense. And then the legal side, the will.
Absolutely critical. You have to include your crypto holdings explicitly in your will.
Not just digital assets.
No, be specific if possible, or at least clearly reference where the detailed information and access instructions can be found. This legally makes it part of your estate. It gives your executor and family a clear plan. No more treasure hunts. Every source stressed this.
Okay. Anything else on the access front?
Yeah, something often overlooked. Review your own security, like two-factor authentication, 2FA.
Uh-huh. Super important for security now.
Totally. But it can become a major roadblock for your executor if they can't get into your email or get the code from your phone after you're gone.
Ah, right. Catch-22. Exactly. Crypto, coffins, and cashing out mentions this specifically. You need to think about how your trusted person will get past that hurdle. Some platforms offer trusted contact recovery options. Look into those.
Good tip. And finally, any tools to help?
Definitely. Use the tools available. Password managers are great. Encrypted digital files, too. Passing on your crypto wealth mentions these. They can help you store information securely and potentially share it with your digital executor in a protected way when the time comes.
Okay, so let's boil this down. For you, the listener, our sort of brilliant future-proof human listening in, what are the main things to take away?
Well, first off, doing this, it's not paranoia. It's just responsible planning.
Yeah, like having insurance or a will for anything else.
Exactly. It's looking after your assets and, more importantly, looking after your loved ones' future security and peace of mind.
And it doesn't mean you have to, broadcast your private keys to the world?
Not at all. It's about finding secure ways to store the info and ensuring the right person can access it when needed. You maintain privacy during your life. Right. Privacy now, access later.
Precisely. And honestly, often it's just a few simple, straightforward steps taken now that can prevent a world of financial pain and emotional stress for your family down the line.
Okay. Now, we also mentioned a LinkedIn article, Securing Your Crypto Legacy. That had some points more for, say, professionals listening, financial advisors, estate planners.
Yes, absolutely. For professionals, the big takeaway is that digital assets, especially crypto, need to be part of the standard conversation now.
Can't ignore it anymore.
Nope. Need to actively ask clients about it, incorporate it into estate plans, wills, trusts, and make sure there are clear instructions for access and transfer.
The article also talked about recommending secure storage, right?
Yes. Advising clients on things like hardware wallets, the importance of managing seed phrases securely, and again, guiding them on choosing a suitable digital executor, someone knowledgeable and trustworthy.
Makes sense. And keeping up with the law.
Crucial for professionals. The legal landscape around digital assets is still evolving. Staying informed about things like RFIDA, the Revised Uniform Fiduciary Access to Digital Assets Act, is key to giving good advice.
RFIDA. Got it. Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up then, what's the main message we want to leave people with?
I think it comes back to this. Your crypto doesn't care about intentions or family ties. It runs on code. It listens to keys.
Right. No key, no code, no access.
Exactly. If you don't leave a clear plan, your legacy could easily become lost password, no fortune. It's a frustrating end nobody wants.
So the call to action is pretty clear. If you own crypto, any amount, and you don't have a plan yet.
Not the time. Seriously, don't put it off. Taking those first steps today could make a huge difference later.
And we definitely recommend checking out those resources again. Tina Jin's books, Crypto 101, Passing on Your Crypto Wealth, Don't Let Your Digital Fortune Ghost You.
Yeah, and those other titles too, from hacked cars to cyber attacks. Can your crypto survive a power outage, EMP or U? They offer different perspectives.
Good reads.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. What kind of digital legacy do you want to create? Is it going to be one of like lost potential, confusion, frustration for your family? Or will it be one of, thoughtful planning? Leaving behind peace of mind because you took care of things for the people you care about.
Something to really think about. Thanks for breaking that all down.
Absolutely. Important stuff.
That's a wrap for today's chaos. If you learned something, laughed a little, or now feel slightly more prepared for life's curveballs, we've done our job. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Catch us on Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere podcasts make you rethink your to-do list. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, if it's important and unexpected, we probably cover it. Stay safe, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.